Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to an algebra tutorial video learning about how to factor trinomials. Here we've got a nice trinomial, 21y squared plus 59y plus 8. It's got three terms and my coefficients, my values for A are 21, my value for B is 59, and my value for C, all my coefficients of each term, C is my constant term, is 8. And my goal in terms of factoring is to try and rewrite this trinomial as two binomials multiplied together. Take one thing and break it into multiple things multiplied together. All right, I'm going to use A, B, and C, my coefficients, to help me get there. All right, to do that, I need to figure out two numbers. I need two numbers that multiply to equal A times C. Well, A is 21. Times C is 8. 21 times 8 is 168. So I need two numbers that multiply to 168. Now I also need those two numbers to multiply to equal whatever B is, and B is 59. So, sorry, multiply I meant add. I need two numbers that add to make 59, but multiply to make 168. All right, to figure out my two numbers, I need to look for multiples of 68, use my calculator or whatever to help me find them, and then find which two actually add up to 59. So here we go. 168, if I divide by 2, I see that 2 times 84. Those both multiply to 168. If I take 168 divided by 3, I get 3 times 56. I get 4 times 42. And I get 6 times 28. If I divide it by 5, I don't get a nice whole number. 5 isn't a factor. So there's just some of them. I think I could probably go a little bit more. But let's just stop and look at what we got here. These are all numbers that multiply to 168, but I also want those same two numbers to add to 59. So let's look for anything here. Do you see any two numbers that might also add up to 159? There we go, 3 and 56. This one's easier since everything is positive. I don't have to worry about negative numbers, either multiplying or adding. So 3 times 56 multiplies to 168, and 3 plus 56 adds up to 59. Well, how do I use these two numbers? What do they actually do for me now? Well, they allow me to take this whole middle term and to split it up into two terms. So let's rewrite my trinomial now as 21y squared plus 3y plus 56y plus 8. Did you catch what we did? Instead of 59, we now have 3y plus 56y. We split them up based off these two numbers that I found. All right. That's the whole first stage, taking my trinomial, finding the right two numbers based on all my factors, and rewriting my trinomial in four terms. Once I've got that done, now I can just go right into factoring by grouping. I'm going to split my four terms into two groups of 2, and we look for common factors. Between 21y squared and 3y, I've got common factors of 3y. So I'm going to factor those out. Let's put those in front. And we're left with 7y plus 3 divided by 3 is 1, y divided by y is 1, so I'm left with just 1. And now I'm going to add to that, let's factor out my other group. What's in common between 56y and 8? I believe they only have a factor of 8 in common. So let's factor out my 8, put that in the front. I'm left with 56 divided by 8 is 7. 7y plus 1. 8 divided by 8 is 1. All right, let's look and see what I got here now. We have common binomials. We have 7y plus 1 and 7y plus 1. So if I rewrite the 7y plus 1, if I factor those binomials out, I'm left with the 3y over here plus 8. And there we go. This trinomial is equal to to those two binomials multiplied together. There's my factored form. And we've just successfully factored another trinomial. But let's go ahead and check it out. Let's see if we did this correctly. So I'm going to rewrite it out here. This is going to be my check side over here. I'm going to do 7y plus 1 multiplied by 3y plus 8. You got 7y times 3y. That's going to be 21y squared. Then 7y times 8 is going to be plus 56y. 1 times 3 is going to be plus 3y. And 1 times 8 is plus 8. Look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. It matches up with these same 4 terms that we had right here. So that's good. Again, factoring is undoing the multiplication, but now that I'm multiplying, I can see similarities in what I got. Once I multiply those, we're used to adding my two middle terms together. So that makes us have 21y squared plus 59y plus 8. And that was the original trinomial I started with. So I'm checking it out. I feel pretty good about my work. And we factored this trinomial into two binomials multiplied together.